What's good? What's good, everybody? It's the DSA Detroit Lions Roundtable, and we back, and we back, and we back.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Excited, but we weren't excited on Sunday. We all know how that went. But what's good, everybody? Shout out to everybody in the chat. We just gonna get the show started, man. Me and Luke G is just rocking out, man. What's good, man?
Hey, listen. You know it's finna be a show when it's me and you. We don't agree on nothing, so this finna be all types of problems. You feel me?
Yeah.
All kind of problems.
I'm pretty sure because I got some other questions. And I'm like, oh yeah.
and listen, you already know, J-Mo. You already know what time it is. You know what today is, right?
Man, I don't care what the day is.
It's Green Smoke Tuesday, baby. Let's go.
Man,
go green.
It's not green smoke, nothing, bro. We got shellac this weekend, so
hey,
it's not
listen. As you said, we had our Super Bowl, and I'm gonna enjoy it. You ain't gonna take my Super Bowl from me.
Hey, yeah, because our teams, you ain't gonna have much else. Like once I saw that game against Iowa, I was like, what happened? Like, y'all just back to normal now. Like,
hey, we showed up for who we needed to. we showed up for who we needed to.
What's good, everybody? We got sports today in the building. We got Crimson Shadow. Make sure you guys like the video on your way in here, man. And all right, let's see. I'm gonna get to the first topic, and we just gonna start it here simply because this is something that I'm surprised about, but I have a few thoughts about this. It's simple. Why do you think Darrell Bevell has had problems coaching this offense?
This is just my logical thinking of it. Okay. Part of it is this is what he do, but the biggest problem is this. If you look at the first year, there's some questionable calls, but it wasn't as bad as it is now. And I think what you're seeing is a guy who is on another staff that is literally dying before his eyes. And so I think that he's been told, do this, do that, do this, do that. And I see different segments where he's doing certain things. The problem is I know that he calls the offense with little to no interference. But lately, the play caller has gotten stranger and stranger. And I'm telling you, I had to go back and look at footage of the New England Patriots to see what's going on. I think Patricia started dipping his hand in there and saying, I want more of this and less that. And that's why I think you see this difference in him in terms of his play calling.
But that don't even make sense because why would Patricia want more of this and more of that when we were on a 2-game winning streak? Like, what was wrong?
I think he wants more passing because we still are not running the ball like consistent. And I think he wants more passing. If you go through and you look at New England can be killing a team with the run. They still gonna pass the ball because they have a quote unquote bigger picture down the road in their game plan. Whereas you and
I don't think we overpass it. I think we still running the ball. It's just the way we running the ball, like it's just terrible. The decisions that we was making. I was gonna say that to me, it's Adrian Peterson. As much as I bought the man jersey, love the guy. That now that he's a Lion, didn't like him on Minnesota, but the fact that he's on the team. It just forces it's just that gravity to Darrell Bevell. You know what I mean? Like he's always going to give his guy touches. Now, sometimes Adrian Peterson is very productive, and it's not like me attacking him. I'm just saying, if he wasn't even on the team, who would be getting the ball? And I think the team would be better because you saw Adrian Peterson in that Vikings game. He started off okay. He wasn't bad, you know. He was all right. He's solid. And then the moment we gave Swift the ball, Swift drove us down the entire field, and we know how that ended. But the moment Swift got the ball, you just saw this dude is a better running back. And I feel like now that Adrian Peterson on the team, it's a gift and a curse now because he's always giving this man the football. And honestly, and Darrell Bevell, he's confusing me a lot. But the thing I think has been going on undertone is our offensive line is like crumbling. And so now, like, I know a lot of people wanted more deep shots against the Vikings, but I'm like, how are you going to call a deep shot if you don't have time? The only time we had time for the deep shot was that first shot that we took. But after that, man, they started getting home and the offensive line was crumbling. But
they had time for a deep shot, though. Let's be honest.
Here and there, but it wasn't.
No, J-Mo. They had time for it. They just never went back to it.
I don't know why they didn't. I was
Niggas
like,
that,
man,
dude, Marvin Hall burnt that guy. Stafford underthrew it, and
right.
they never went back to it.
I don't know
Like,
why.
and the
No,
other
they
issue
start
that I'm
calling these
having,
Golden Tate Amendola plays, and that's when I really started to get upset.
right, and that's what I'm telling you. That's that New England way. That's why I think he dipped his finger in the bowl and started swirling it with a little bit. You know, he tasted it and he said, "I like what's going on here." But to me, that was a game where they could have ran the ball between all three running backs. They all was eating. I don't
Yeah, they were.
understand like why Stafford needed to throw the ball. Just keep running it. They had no answer for the run. None. So to me, yeah, I definitely, like I said, I definitely think it's all on Bevel's play calling, but I also think that it's getting some head coach influence.
I mean, the Golden Tate Danny Amendola plays is that I'm like, why isn't Swift doing this? But okay, we gonna have old Danny. Like, why isn't anybody? Why does Marvin Hall? Why isn't any other gadget player on our team doing this instead of Danny? Danny Amendola, I like him as a receiver, but I don't think he's a
6 million.
gadget play. I don't think he's a gadget player, man. Like, he's not. Like, why are you using him like that? Like, and
He's
yes,
never
he
had
had,
700 yards receiving in his life.
and yes, he had a good game, but I just don't know why you would use him like that. It just didn't make any sense to me. And yeah, Daryl Bevel he's on my shit list for real, because like it seems like every game the game plan just gets worse. Every game we just look a little bit more unprepared, and when something is working, we don't go back to it. I saw one great pass to Quintez Cephas. Never saw him out there again. Like, it's just like, that's all we gonna do. We not gonna put him on the field, but it is what it is. Shout out to the people in the chat. We got
Yes,
that dude
sir.
in the building. What's good, everybody? But we got Steve on the building, Debbie99 in the building. Make sure you guys like the video. We just rocking out. So we gonna move to the next topic. I'm sure Luke will be excited about this one,
All right,
even
here
though
we
I
go.
wasn't really paying attention. Thoughts on Everson Griffin's debut?
Y'all gave up. Listen, we gave up a 6th-round pick for this guy. He knows the Vikings like the back of his hand. I watched Kirk Cousins run past him. How, Sway? Tell me how. Like, I know it's one game, but God, it's a team that you know. And they say you used to be a good player. You were so upset. Oh, so upset. Bruh, did you see him in the 2-point stand? Like I told you they was gonna do? They would have did that to Trey Flowers, but he was hurt. I'm telling you, he is not the same player, y'all. Oh, by the way, the Falcons let go of Tarklin McKinley. You probably could have got him for less without giving up a draft pick. A 6th-round pick netted the Titans Desmond King. I mean, we took a 32-year-old rental for 9 games and we wasn't doing nothing. And they just added 2 more teams, one more team to the damn playoffs if they get a cancel. And we still not going to make it. We sitting at 11 and you added this dude and wasted a draft pick for what? 9 games to see what he got in the tank? It's empty, man. It's unleaded instead of premium. And to me, what I saw was a guy who looked like he has lost a step. He wasn't as explosive off the line of scrimmage as I was used to seeing. And he was getting held up by Riley Reef. I'm gonna say that again, y'all. He was getting held up by Riley Reef. This is a travesty.
Okay. Now I just want to say, to be honest, I wasn't really looking at Everson Griffin, and you're gonna be like, why? Because the only thing I was looking at was Dalvin Cook running the ball all over us. Like, that's the only thing I could pay attention to. Like, literally every play, I'm like, what are they gonna do with Dalvin Cook to expose us? Every play, they expose us with a Dalvin Cook, whether it was play action. It just didn't matter. And I was just like, bro, like, just keep giving him the ball. Why is Kirk Cousins even throwing? So it was just
dude.
very, very bad. Like, I would like the whole defense just looking like mincemeat. And I had a little, like, I was very, very upset because I saw Desmond Truth. Like, I'm talking about, I paused the game and I rewinded it 3 times because I'm like, Desmond Trufant is not out there starting. And I kept rewinding it and I kept looking at it. I was just like, yeah,
Bruh.
because Amani wasn't out there. And I remember Kyle Minke or some guy, he was talking about that, Okuda and Trufant will be out there. And the entire Lions fan base is like, why is our best corner bench? And if you notice, it's such a small sample size because the entire defense was mincemeat. But we did play a little better once Amani got put on the field.
No, he got cooked. He got cooked. He got cooked twice. And by Jefferson.
I didn't watch the second half. I saw him get cooked once.
He got cooked twice by Jefferson. Jefferson gave him a little bit of work. But the problem,
touchdowns?
No, but the problem is this. A lot of times that doesn't indicate what a player is doing. The problem is this. When you start a person
and then all the 64 yards, that's not bad.
No, but you got to keep in mind that they didn't have to really throw the ball. So it is bad. It's very bad. They didn't have to throw the ball. 206 yards. I think he counted for 257 total offensive yards by himself. Devin Cook did. But I'm making a point to you that if you put the guy in the game and he's not starting, now you got to wait for him to get into rhythm. By the time they put him in, he had to get into rhythm. These are little things. And I made a post today with Tavon Wilson that said Tavon Wilson has played on 3 teams in his NFL career. He spent 4 years at New England, played in 117 games. He spent 4 years in Detroit, played in 56 games. He got his first year at the Colts. And in those times, of the 117 games he played in New England, he only started 4 of them. And in his time as a starter for the Colts, he only played 0. He didn't start not 1 game for the Colts. Even when they had injuries at safety, he didn't start them. We the only team that he got 39 out of his 56 starts on. And I kept telling people that he's not a starting safety. He's a backup in this league. This is why he's a tick. And at the end of the day, this is what I'm starting to see with our team. We got a lot of damn ticks on this team that you don't even know is there until they do something. We damn near forgot about Austin Bryant until he blocked the kick.
By the way, I thought this was about Everson Griffin. He just went on a Tavon Wilson tangent. But by the way, the Lions, it's some weird stats. So we haven't blocked 2 punts in a row since about 1988, and the team hasn't done that since 1977 or something crazy like that. But it's very special. It's so funny. Our special teams has been so special. They really, really have. The entire season, besides Matt Prater, has been special. They can only do so much, though.
Make no mistake, my rant wasn't about Tavon Wilson. It was to show you that people like Everson Griffin, Christian Jones, like Christian Jones is a backup on any other team.
Bro, don't get me started with Christian Jones. You already know how I feel about this man, dog.
I'm just saying, stay with me. Nick Williams is a backup on any other team, right? Keep going. Jelani Vine is not an outside linebacker. I don't know why we trying this.
Not at all.
This is not what he is.
People calling him a bust. He's just being used wrong. Look, the same thing happened with Jared Davis. We saw Jared Davis play well. All of a sudden, he didn't play well because he wasn't being used right. So Walker was so solid last year. Now he's playing a different position. He doesn't look good all of a sudden.
It don't make sense. Listen, Duron Hartman. I know everybody gonna go, but he got 4 interceptions off of tip passes. One of them he just straight caught. I think 2 of them. Nonetheless, Duron Hartman is not a starter in this NFL. Only here could he start. If you just go through the list right now of players on our team, there are not too many people that you would say is a starter on half of the league's team. You're not gonna say that. And that's the problem. That's my point I was trying to make about Tavon Wilson.
That is a problem, but that's gonna get me to some other questions I have later on about the team's future. But no, that is a problem. I don't know about the Duron Harmon thing, but it's like the player that that can start on other teams, them. You know what I'm saying? Survive would be better in the middle than Jamie Collins, right? Well, that's where he was last year.
Right.
He was in the middle like that, and he was playing solid.
Bruh, J-Mo, let me ask you, bro. You didn't watch the second half of the Lions game, right?
No, only thing I watched was Stafford interception. To be honest,
okay.
I watched that drive. We'll put it like that, and then
watch this. Watch this now. I want you to stay with me now. All right, J-Mo? When we get done with this, I'm going to go back and show you all of Mr. Jamie Collins snaps. Watch how many missed tackles he have. This all everybody was
Oh
claiming
no,
Jared
no, no!
Davis
He
do.
got destroyed by Dalvin Cook. Boy was looking like Tahir Whitehead. I was like,
Bruh,
no, he didn't cook you that badly.
he didn't even juke, bro. He didn't even juke.
He
He
just
slid
moved.
past him, bro. Oh my god, I don't even want to talk about it. You finna get me mad all over again.
No, because when that happened and they was going on that drive, and I was like, okay, just stop him here. It's third down, and he threw it to him and got shook like that. That's when my spirit was like, yeah, it's a wrap. Like, boy got cooked badly.
Like, bro, this little dude had literally open lanes to Devin Cook and just waited to. That's another problem I had with Deron Hartman. This dude waits for you to hit him. Like, listen, bro, we can't have a great defense if we're playing with backups, bro. We can't do it. It can't happen. This not gonna work.
My thing is, players can't be the worst thing about this thing is, and I know we going on a tangent real quick, but let's go on this tangent. Is if you're gonna have these players, you can't be putting them over other players. We've already talked about Tracy Walker, and basically they gave Deron Harmon his spot. I don't know why. Christian Jones is just taking snaps from every linebacker on the team because every linebacker on the team is better than them. Like at this point, I need to see some Jalen Reeves-Maybin. I need to see something like instead of Christian Jones, like some type of speed and he can tackle. Like put him up, like just give him just give him some rotary snaps. You know what I mean? Just throw him out there because I definitely think he could help us with at least something when he's out there. We're not expecting much.
No,
come on, man,
bro. When I look up and I see I look at the number of snaps each one of our players getting, I am underwhelmed. I am disgusted because I'm like, we need speed. It's games where people just running past us, and I'm like, where's the speed? Where is it? Bro, it's been 3 seasons and we still don't have an identity. We don't have one signature player on defense. Y'all think it was ugly this year when not one player made the top 100. We won't make the top 150. Just watch.
I mean, the season's still young.
Bruh, ain't that much young.
I'm just saying the season's still young. We never know. The season's still young, but when I just realized that Darius Slade was literally like without him, he was the only guy, but without him, we don't have anyone.
Bruh.
And he's even playing well in Philly, so obviously we wasn't doing something. But this is the next thing because this has actually been pissing me off when I think about it. We got 19 people in the chat. Make sure you guys like that video. Drop your comments in the chat. Say what up, though. But for the past 3 seasons, and correct me if I'm wrong, the Lions have been 3-3, and then they fall apart right after that. 3 years in a row, we've been 3-3.
Let me think about this.
And then we lose the next games. Because you remember we were 3-3 because we won 2 games in a row because we beat Green Bay, we beat Miami, and that was when we lost to the Jets. We were 3-3, and then we lost to Seattle. No, man, no, we gonna do this today.
Why are you doing this to me,
bro? No, we lost to Seattle, and then we lost to some other team like the Bears or something. We lost to somebody else, but we were 3-3. And last year we were 3-3, right? And then we would end up 3-4-1 or whatever. We were
3-4-1.
So we were 3-3 at some point. And every time, and then I think it was the Packers game or whatever. So every time it was the Giants game. After we beat the Giants, then we lost to the Raiders, and that was it. And then we lost to the Vikings. But we end up 3-3 somehow. So what I mean is he gets to a point where he can get to 500 through the first 6 games, but after that, it's a dumpster fire. What the hell is Patricia not doing? And that's the question. Because, to me, a bad team is a bad team, an average team is an average team. But if you can be first 6 weeks, you can be 500, that's a team that should be better out for the next, 12 weeks or 10 weeks. But all right, man, what you think, man?
Listen, I just want everybody to know that I have leased me a train. I knew that I was driving the train, and I knew there was going to be a few people who wanted to get on this bandwagon, but I knew that it was going to be too many to get on the bandwagon, so I got a train. because the reality is this is much of the same that I saw from Matt Patricia's first season. There is nothing about him
There you
that
go.
I
That's
can
the
tell you,
stats for you right there.
bro. Look at this. 3-3 lost to Seattle. 3-3-1 lost to man. I don't even want to talk about it, bro. That man 0-5 versus Trubisky. 0-6. Wait, it might be worse than that. I don't think he might literally be 0-6. Like his record probably might be like 2-100 versus the division opponents. Bruh, we just had listen, you just had a win against Jacksonville where you blew them out. Great. You had a win against the Falcons who couldn't figure out that taking a knee wins the game. And then you get blew out by the Colts. And then flip it, get blew out by the Vikings. You had Kirk Cousins looking like he was Mike Vick out there. And I'm saying all of this to tell you this. What is wrong with the pitcher has been the same thing. Matt Patricia was never meant to be a head coach. If he was, it was not for the Lions. He has been learning on the job the entire time. And for some reason, we as a fan base, we as a group of collective people made every excuse for him, including me. I gave him
me that second year.
I tried my best. I said, you know what? I'm gonna be honest. Many of y'all convinced me into giving him a chance with, man, it's only his first year. I said, okay. I said, I'll give him a chance for year 2 if he blows out the Cardinals. I said, but if he don't blow out the Cardinals or they lose, I'm done. J-Mo seconded. What does he do? He starts to blow the Cardinals out.
Game, bro.
Listen, but he started to blow the Cardinals out first. And we thinking, oh, we finna coast to a win. Okay, defense scrambled. And then they tied the game up. And I'm thinking, oh, hell no. Nope, not on duty. Not on duty. And as far as I was concerned, I was done. There was nothing else left for me to see at that point. It was nothing.
I just wanted to talk about, we can criticize Patricia all day and how terrible he is. But to me, if I had any hope after last season, because I thought, Stafford could do what he did with Schwartz and Caldwell, which is like carry the team for a year. But this team, this is the worst coach he's had, and that's saying something. And he can't carry it, and he can't carry nothing. He can't carry himself. So
we get worse every year.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, we just continue to regress. And my thing is, how can you not get your guys up for these games? So let me go back, because I think it's just a little bit deeper than just saying somebody is trapped. Look at these games, because these are games that swing games that you should be able to win. We lost to Seattle at home. You also lost Vegas on the road in a game where Kenny Golladay wasn't on the field on the last play of the game. And then you lost to Indy at home. It just makes no sense. He's lost 7 games in a row at home. And I just don't know why every time we make it to 500, your team crumbles. It just doesn't make any sense to me. It just don't make no sense to me. But look, we gonna move on. But like, it just doesn't make any sense to me, because every time we get 3-3, the Lions fans, we had that optimism, man. When we beat Miami, Carry On was running for 100 yards. We were like, let's go.
Now, J-Mo. Sports Today letting them have it. 0-5 versus Chicago. 0-5 versus Minnesota. 2-3 versus Green Bay, right? Then scroll down a little bit. 2-15 versus the division.
Bro, pitiful.
Caldwell never went under 3-3. Now, Detroit, Michigan, 1990 says me. 2, he get a sad face. Then he hit us with that F Stafford, J-Mo. Okay, he's done with Stafford. And a lot of people are. A lot of people are. Man. But you know what I tell people? This is the same thing that they said about Drew Brees, that Drew Brees lost it. And I'm like, no, you have to give him the right situation. Every player, I don't care who it is, needs to be in the right situation. Watch a guy like Tat McKinley go somewhere else and perform, right? Like Michael Strahan. People don't know this about Michael Strahan because he's a Hall of Famer. They kept lining him up against that left tackle, and the left tackle was bodying him the whole entire time. So some coach came along and said, "Bruh, we're gonna put you on the right tackle." He killed the right tackle every single time, every time. And you know what they did? They said, "We'll never put you on the left tackle again unless it's a dummy or it's a third string tackle." And he became a Hall of Famer off of that. You have to put your players in the right position. You just have to. Everybody said I was crazy
Yeah,
for
yeah,
asking.
man. It's just funny to me with these Stafford people. It is what it is, man. I just feel like I told somebody this today. The Lions were trash before Stafford was even born. Like that's the type of team that he came to. So what did they wasted Barry Sanders, they wasted Calvin, and they'll continue to waste people. So it's a way huger underlying problem. And this is what I don't get. What do y'all think another quarterback's gonna be able to do with
I
a team
don't get
like
it.
this?
I don't get it.
They like Justin Herbert would have been better for us this season. I'm like, are you sure about that? Like,
How?
what would Justin Herbert be doing with our team? Nothing, bro. We had the
Dude,
same record or worse. Like,
listen.
I'm like, what are y'all talking? Like, what would these other quarterbacks be doing with these O-line? Let these other quarterbacks be bleeding like Stafford was a couple weeks ago. Oh, they gonna get up and strong and they gonna be tough, right? You know,
Dude, it's funny to me. It's funny to me. It
I just
is.
have to laugh because, like, bro, I understand the dude has made a lot of mistakes and he ain't perfect. He has his flaws, but what do y'all think another quarterback is gonna do? They
With
think
this, but hold on,
they think
J-Mo,
a
this is the
quarterback is gonna
problem.
be Jesus and just roll in and just lead us to all these magical wins. When you realize that Patrick Mahomes loses to the Raiders because his offensive line crumbled, and when
But
all these good quarterbacks lose, why is it? It's the problems that we have. It's the running game, it's the O-line, and it's the defense. Every time a big quarterback loses a big game in the league, it's always because of that. It's never nothing different. Difference is the Lions, we always have that. And that's what y'all don't understand.
I mean, and it goes bigger than that. Like I keep having this conversation with people, and this is shout out to Don't Care About Your Feelings. I think that's a dope name. I think that's a nice name. I don't care about your feelings, but to me, it's really boiling down to, as much as I want to kill Stafford, I just can't do it because the coaching is that bad. And
Facts.
it's not like I'm saying Stafford is making them bad coaches. No, that's not what's happening here, people. They just keep hiring dumb people. You just can't do this. You can't do. Listen, bro. I'm gonna show you how crazy this is, right? People keep. I was talking. I remember the last show, J-Mo. You wasn't on it. We was on the post game, and Real has said that your best chance of getting a high caliber player is to tank and get high. And I said tanking does not work. It has never worked in the NFL. It doesn't. And I told him. So when we got off the show, I went through and I showed him the draft history. And I said, look at this. I said, tell me who you think are the top quarterbacks, and I guarantee you none of them were took it in the top five. Not one. Not one. I don't care where you are. You guys to know how to draft the talent. Not one was taken in the top five, and he was shocked. He was like, "Well, my point is, sometimes I can't trust them to make the pick." I said, "He ain't gonna be here to make the pick. That's the problem." So here's my question to you as fans who got this issue with Stafford.
You see that? Oh my gosh.
What's worse? What's worse? They 6-46 last 50 without Stafford.
Oh, and
That's
the
terrible.
last time Stafford wasn't there,
That's terrible. But think about this though, people. What if the Lions did take Tua or Herbert, right? Stay with me. And then they end up in the top 10 of the draft. Or let's say they end up with the first overall pick. And Trevor Lawrence is sitting there. Justin Fields is sitting there. Wilson is sitting there. Trey Lance is sitting there. What do you want the Lions to do?
Yeah, and my thing is, if we did take Herbert to back up Stafford, cool. But my thing is, what is that gonna do for us this season? And probably
Right.
next season too.
Right.
Because
Listen,
he's like people realize Herbert has to be probably unless we get a new person they wants to move on, he has to be better than Stafford. to play over him, and I don't think that's gonna happen that quick. Like he'll probably be sitting for the next 3 years, and that's
Right.
reality. And I would love for him to replace him after that, maybe, but Herbert would literally be sitting for the next 3 years. And if y'all don't believe that, something wrong with y'all. Unless Stafford
hold on.
has an injury, you know.
J-Mo, you said it yourself, J-Mo. Herbert or Tua does not help us this season. It does not change nothing this season. This is why I hate the Everson Griffin trade. It didn't help us. It don't change nothing.
It's been one game, man.
Okay.
They got that man in the 2-point stands, bro.
Listen. We got 8 more to see this. I saw it already. I started writing on the wall. Listen. At the end of the day, you have to understand that any move that you make need to have an impact on the team. If they wanted to make a serious impact on this team, they should have went out and they should have spent some serious draft capital for somebody who can have an impact. Go out there and trade for a defensive player that can have some serious impact. I just don't understand this. I sit up there screaming for a safety, man. I want a month of safety on this team for once, man. And we ain't had the last month of safeties we had. If you go through the list, Glover Quinn, Louis Delmas, and then after that, it's a damn crapshoot.
Let's see. All right, we gonna move on to the next topic.
Let's do it, man. And make sure you grab
Trey Flowers.
Make sure you grab some of these questions up the chat too, man.
Yeah, I will. Did losing Trey Flowers have a bigger impact on the team than we previously thought? Because I mean, I know the defense still looked trash, but I definitely think it was pretty interesting how bad they looked, believe it or not. But what do you think about this, man?
No, because I think a lot of what you saw in this, at least in this past game, was poor personnel changes. You know, John Pennicini and Danny Shelton were clogging up lanes, right? And so at this point, now we got to go back to why is this person at this position? Why are they at that position? Jamie Collins had lanes to run up in there and kill stuff. He didn't. He just didn't. Jelani Tavares is trying to scrape back to get into the plays, and he's still getting blocked in the process. Then there were times where I kept saying this crap. Now they understand what was going on with this. Danny Shelton at DN, Deshaun Hand at the 3-tech, and then at the other one is Nick Williams. What was the plan there? What was the plan? On passing downs, they weren't even putting Everson Griffin in. And I know people are going to say it's one game, but I'm just saying, if all you can do is a pass rusher, even when Snacks came in and they put him in on running downs, he stopped the run. How you get put in on passing downs and get no pass rush? So to me, no, I'm not going to say that the Trey Flowers hurt this team. It's just much of the same with poor personnel decisions.
I agree with Steve-O here, and that's what I think Lions fans be misunderstanding me, and this is why I be harping home, because I don't know if y'all remember the QBs before Stafford, but he says the Lions shouldn't trade or move on from Stafford till they get a replacement. Precisely. Until then, like, don't be stupid. You have to draft somebody and groom them. But that's up to the coaching staff. But my thing with this, I definitely think it has a huge impact on the team. I just think we'll be better. It frees up Romeo Okwara because Trey Flowers requires double team. It just frees up everybody a little bit more to be more effective at what they do. And I don't really know what the hell the Lions was doing on defense, to be honest with you, this past week, because like I just don't know what they were doing. It's going to lead me to my next question. We can move on from that one quickly. But Cory Undlin, man. He finally spoke up about the defense, and he's been blaming himself. He says that he's failed the players, and you know he's saying he's the reason why the defense is bad right now. So shout out to the people in the chat. We got 24 people in the chat. Make sure you guys like the video, and I definitely want to know what you people in the chat think about this, because we've always said Matt Patricia never takes credit for being trash. All he does is blame other people and deflect and say, you know, we just have to get better. You know, we just have to improve. But Cory Undlin is taking the brunt of it, man, and he's saying he's failed the players. What do you think about this?
All right. Okay, I had to calm myself down, people. Give me a minute. I'm calling BS on this. I would believe that to be the case if this was a defense that was performing and he came in and they started sucking. The defense got better when he was allowed to call it. So yes, even though they had a horrible outing, if you go through and look at the time that he's been calling it, they for the most part have been better. Now, for him to say it's his fault that they suck, nah, I understand that throwing yourself on the sword thing, but this defense sucked before you got here, Cory. And the problem that we had on this defense was defensive linemen. We had no real interior defensive linemen and linebackers. And guess what happens this year? We still got a problem with the defensive linemen and the damn linebackers. And so to me, as much as I want to help destroy Cory Undlin, no, brother, you are a minute issue to the major problem. What
But
I am
is he
saying is
calling the
different.
defense or not, though?
He is.
And,
He
all
is
right,
calling
then
defense.
he got to
But
get this work.
no, I'm gonna tell you why he don't. Because I'm looking at things happen, like just like in that last game against the Colts, where all of a sudden they went back to man coverage and rushing three. That was not him. That was a head coach taking over and getting in there. That's what that was. In this game, I saw that happen again. And I could tell based on the personnel packages that he didn't have he's just calling what he can call. Now, does that mean I think he a good DC? No. Does that mean that I think he should be the next head coach? No. But we sucked on defense before he got here, long before he got here. So now I'm supposed to take his face value word that he's the problem. No, not buying it. Not buying it. Won't buy it. So I'm not buying that. So no.
I firmly believe that he gonna have to get this work, man. I mean, look, even if Patricia is sprinkling in whatever he was sprinkling in, when he wasn't interfering with the defense, they did look much improved. But like he gonna have to get this work, and I'm not gonna blame him completely. But I do like that he's at least stepping up and being a man about it, unlike our head coach. But
J-Mo,
what?
you know I gotta call you out, right?
What?
You can't give him that work when you think that the defense was turning the corner. So either the defense was turning the corner or they never
Because
were.
of him, and now it's taking the nose down because of him too. So
Okay, all right, okay.
I
I'm
mean,
just saying.
you feel like Patricia's interfering with that, but I don't really know if I have any evidence of that. And he's still
I
calling
do.
those plays.
I do. The man
He's still
coverage went up
calling the
high.
plays. He's still calling
Yeah,
the plays.
but he wasn't calling plays for majority man coverage. That's not his MO. And if you go back and look at that game,
Yeah,
if I'm
but
not
if you
mistaken,
notice, we're not good at zone coverage either.
listen, I don't think we really have a problem at zone coverage. I think what we have a problem with is the player personnel. The defense, with the talent that we have right now, if you're going to play 3-4, I'm just going to put this out here. You can kill me if you want to. Jelani Tavai should be your inside linebacker, and your outside linebacker should probably just go ahead and be Jamie Collins, and your other inside linebacker should be Christian Jones, and then let Jamie Collins and Jerry Davis on the outside eat and force everything in. Because this crap that they doing right now ain't working. They have lanes to run into, and they're just refusing to do it. Just refusing it.
Yeah, man. Look, Cory Undlin gonna have to get this work. That's just how I feel about it, man. And he's taking responsibility for it, so he knows that he has to have some part in it, or he wouldn't be taking responsibility for it blindly like this. Because he even when our defense was playing bad earlier in the season, he didn't say what he's saying now. So obviously, he realized that he made some mistakes somewhere, even if Patricia is doing whatever he's doing.
Patricia probably told him, man, you better take some blame for that, because if I get fired, you out of a job. He probably lied to him. I don't know. I don't trust Patricia. I've seen it. Like, you could tell a Patricia's defense from a Cory Undlin. It's night and day. And we didn't run a lot of zone that game. Then when they finally went back to man coverage in that game, it was too late. The ball was 70 yards down the field. Mind you, it was only 10 people on the field on that play, but still, it was 70 yards down the field.
Man,
Just
yeah, it ain't like having a top 3 running back in the league and just giving him 10 million on the field. That's just wonderful right there. But all right, look, guys, we'll have a shorter show today, and we got like a few more questions. Make sure you guys start dropping some of your questions in the chat. We'll
For
answer
sure.
them during the show. Make sure you guys like the video. We got 27 people in the chat. We rocking out with y'all. Carl
And
Turbo in
let's
the
shout out
building.
our peoples, man. Let's shout out the DSA and our people, man. Listen, because we doing a very good job of keeping everything going, switching between each other because everybody has lives. We're getting closer to the holidays. Some of us have been locked in our house for a long time, so we're trying to travel to see people we ain't seen in a while. So to our DSA family, man, we holding it down for y'all. Make no mistake, make sure y'all go and subscribe to all those members as well, man. And make sure y'all hit that like button. Hit that like button, people.
We got Christina McCone in the building. What's good? What's good? We sadly be talking about the Lions right now. But you will get your Pistons talk on Saturdays. Make sure you guys check out the last above the rim. But all right, we're going here with this now. So TJ Hockinson currently leads the Lions in touchdowns and is on pace for at least 720 yards and 10 touchdowns. He's third among touchdowns of all NFL tight ends in the league. He's eighth in receptions and he's sixth in yards. And this is all while being heavily underutilized. And he like, I don't care you underutilize me. I'm still going to get what I can get. And my thoughts is, now that we've seen what TJ has done and some of his counterparts, people still like Brian Burns. They still like Simmons, the guys that play for Carolina. And some people still want them over Hockinson or Devin Bush or something like that. I really don't see that. But we see the production that TJ has been doing for us. TJ Hockinson has had either 55 yards or a touchdown in every single game. So, it is what it is. So, do you think TJ Hockinson was the right pick? Looking at it now,
it was the right pick. Looking at it then, like I don't subscribe. I keep trying to tell you, I don't subscribe to this belief that you can't take him there because of value. No, it was the right pick back then. We have not had a legitimate tight end threat since freaking Sanders. That's the last one. Sanders is the last one we had in terms of a tight end threat. And TJ Hockinson provides a tight end threat. They play TJ Hockinson different. He's a blocking tight end who is already miles ahead of most of the people we ever had at tight end. And he can catch the ball. The problem is we just don't utilize him. So, yeah, he's the right pick. Anybody who thinks he's not the right pick, go and tell me how Okudah was the right pick at 3. Because I want to know, when the last time a cornerback was taken third overall was in freaking 97, you tell me how he was the right pick. I think TJ Hockinson was more the right pick than what Okudah was. Because at that point, when we took Okudah, we had already had Amani. We had already had Desmond Trufant. You had already had Coleman for the slot. You had already had Ford, who you held on to. And at the end of the day, you could have took any other corner in this draft. You needed linebackers with speed. And right now, when you look at our linebackers, where's the speed? So to me, yeah, he was the right pick. He was the right pick then. He's the right pick now. And if they utilize him, he's going to be a Hall of Famer. If he's on any other, can you imagine TJ Hockinson on the Steelers or on the Saints?
The Saints is the first place I went to.
New England. Put him on New England. Put him on Seattle. Mm-hmm. Right?
Put him with Green Bay. What you
put him on Green Bay? I was just gonna say put him with Green Bay. Give him Green Bay. Put him. You can put him literally on. You can literally put TJ Hockinson on all 32 teams and he will perform, even with talent alongside of him. People say no, he wouldn't. He did it with George Kittle. Don't tell me what he can't do. Don't tell me what he can't do.
That's my thing, though. We claim he's being underutilized and he's on pace for 720 yards and 10 touchdowns. So, most fans that I've talked to, they're expecting 700 yards and 8 touchdowns from Hockinson. I don't think anybody was expecting him to go for 1,000 yards or anything. We would have loved it. But my thing is, if he can do this being underutilized, it's going to be a point in his career, and I'm thinking next year and the year after that, where he's really going to be more of the guy. We definitely have Galladay now, but the guy has been productive. And look, Travis Kelce, I don't know why he didn't play his first season, but he didn't play his first season. Second season, he had about 850 yards and 5 touchdowns. Third season, 860 yards, 5 touchdowns. Travis Kelce, best touchdown season is 10. So if TJ even reaches 9 or 10 in his second year being underutilized, y'all have to understand. Tony Gonzalez, second year, 620 yards and 2 touchdowns, and we know how great that man was. Yes, George Kittle had a great second year. Yes, Gronkowski had the greatest second year ever, but they both were the focal points of their offenses, both of those years.
Right.
So that's not what Hockenson is on our team, but you already see that he's living up to everything as an eighth overall pick. I mean, you got other good tight ends guys like Darren Waller, but none of these guys are. I'm not taking none of these guys over Hockenson right now. And if these guys were on our team, what would their numbers be? How good would they be? And I think that he's grown a lot. He's definitely creating separation, like Hockenson, cooking people. He leads our wide receiving core in separation. He leads our wide receiving core in separation.
You telling me Danny Amendola don't do that? That $6 million ain't buying us nothing.
Like, I had to say it twice so y'all heard me. So anybody who doesn't think he was the right pick, I don't know what you're talking about. And the main thing is, we literally had the worst tight end core in the entire league. So now, that's why you upgrade there.
Listen, I'll put it like this. There's two things I want to point out. Crimson Shadow said, but you have to be, he says, to be fair, Luke, there was a time we never used the tight ends like ever. I know that's poor coaching. That's what I'm telling you. That's poor coaching. I remember the moment that the coach realized that Antonio Gates is a nightmare for people. That dude became a serious focal point. And to fast forward,
I mean, you can just go simply look at the Ravens and Mark Andrews rookie season.
Bro,
look at Mark Andrews. They use him like he a star receiver.
Yeah,
and he a tight end. So now, that's just.
You said that question from Ramona New Age. He said, "Would y'all have taken Josh Allen over Hockenson if Allen had failed?"
Oh yeah, so now, I got a whole different energy. I was very, very, very high on Josh Allen. So,
and I originally said no. Remember, I said no, and you called me crazy, and I said I know you think I'm crazy.
Josh Allen's still a stud, bro.
but hold on, wait. Josh Allen's still a good player. I'm not killing him on that. But my issue is this. TJ was more rare than Josh Allen because Josh Allen's, we've seen some Josh Allen's this year, some defensive players who's been able to get out there and get after people and make some plays and run. And then Josh Allen's got a couple injuries which suck, which they happened to TJ in his first year. But Josh Allen was a guy I was high on. But my attitude was, when are we going to get a stud tight end that people could be afraid of underneath? I love the fact that we're looking at him over Danny Amendola, that we're looking at him over Quentin Cephas. Okay, but I'm not loving the fact that if we had took Josh Allen, you got to understand that that's a guy you build your defense around, and he's a 3-4 outside linebacker. So to me, Josh Allen held me to being a 3-4 team, and I want to be a 4-3 team. Why? Because 3-4 is great, but you got to have some dogs at linebackers, and you got to have some D linemen who's willing to be unselfish. And for me, I was still willing to take TJ Hockinson because I was like, yo, you could eliminate all of that. I watched Hockinson eliminate a lot of good pass rush. Not Hockinson, Rob Gronkowski, Tony Gonzalez, Antonio Gates eliminate a lot of.
It's not like I disagree, but I would just say I was at the point where I was like, even though we could actually debate who's the better football player, but I was like, I need to take the best player available. The Lions aren't in a state where they could just be like, take this player or take that player unless it's an O lineman. And I'm like, Josh Allen was the best pass rusher in that draft, and I still think he is. So I would have gladly taken him, and I probably would have been upset if we took Hockenson over him. I'm not going to even lie. After that first game by Hockenson, I probably would have forgot though. But, like Hockenson literally had the greatest first debut in NFL history. This boy's special, man.
Listen, it's funny though. I remember D. Goodwin said, "You remember when everyone was mad we didn't take Ed Oliver?" Yeah, I was like, "Bro, Ed Oliver is not the focal point on the defense over there for the Bills. He's not. It's everything but him, right? Like he does his job." But he's not the focal. I remember when everybody was talking about they wanted Rashard Gary. I took heat for saying Rashard Gary is hot garbage. And then it took J-Mo to come in and be like, no, the boy's trash. I've been watching him too long. Like I'm
Hey,
trying to
bro,
tell
Rashawn
y'all.
Gary was not a good football player at Michigan, dog. Like, I'm like, yeah, he ain't it. He not it. Look at him. I mean, we got my boy Nomus J in the building. Make sure you guys subscribe to his channel. I just dropped a video featuring my boy Nomus J asking why do Detroit Lions suck. Watch the video. You will understand why we have a problem.
You made a video. You made a video of Numbers J getting in his bag about the F stuff that's going on around here.
Hey, bro,
So
I couldn't have said it better myself, dog. Like, Nomus dropped them gems, man. Just gave y'all like everything he says was truth. And when people try to combat that, I just laugh. Like, it's just funny to me.
listen, it's certain people that I look at, man, and like I said, I don't fall in love with players. Like, I know this sounds crazy to people. They be like, but you a fan of Isaiah Simmons because we needed linebackers with speed. like y'all don't understand how important this is. Well, he needed somebody with some speed. Like everybody wanted Anthony Barr. That was Isaiah Simmons at a cheaper cost. I'm trying to figure this out. But I remember, and I remember thinking to myself that it didn't matter who we got. We could have had the world's greatest defense, all the Hall of Famers on this defense. The scheme sucks. It sucks. It is terrible. It is not smart.
I think Sports Today is asking where I rank TJ Hockinson. He's saying 4 to 5. Like, NFL tight ends right now, you got Mark Andrews, you got Kelsey. Kittle is hurt. I don't know. He might be top 5 already. And I'm not being biased.
Yeah, I don't know.
You got Darren Waller. That's the only other tight end that's like really, really good. Like really, really, really good. So yeah, he probably is around that range already. And
yeah, I don't know. That's a hard.
Hey man, if we go in this season, maybe not totality because he's in the second year, but it's not that many guys that's better than him. Zach Ertz has been hurt the entire season, basically.
Yeah, that's a good question though. That's a very good question because it makes you wonder, like, where he at, and is it by default or is it by sheer talent alone? Ramon the New Age, man, this is an excellent comment. Yeah, the fact that we can't commit to a defense is a huge problem. I just like, y'all don't understand. Watch me. When a new head coach come in, I want y'all to be clear about this. When a new head coach come in, I am going to hound ESPN writer Michael Rothstein. I'm going to hound writer and editor for Pride of Detroit, Jeremy Rising. I'm going to be hounding them with these. Ask this question. This is the only question I want to know. How do you plan on building a winning program? That's it. What is the first step to building your winning program? Well, I want to hear that. If your first answer is well, first we're going to build around Stafford. Fire him.
Oh, that's interesting because I got a question about that. That's definitely interesting right there.
I'm just saying.
No, we're not getting JJ Watt. You want to go to a winning team? Stop.
See, this is what I'm saying. What? Listen, listen, man. When's the last time JJ Watt played a full season? I'll wait. When's the last time?
I mean, I don't know. It's been a minute.
That's what I'm saying. So what? No, listen. I don't want a JJ Watt. I want a talent similar to JJ Watt, and I want it younger. I'm gonna tell you right now. I went through the last 10 seasons, and I compared the salary cap that we spent for offense versus defense, and I was disgusted. At how little money we spend on our damn defense. To me, invest in creating an identity starting with the defense. That's where you're going to have to start it at, because it doesn't matter who your quarterback is if you're running the damn ball. That's how it should be.
Well, yeah. Jimmy G got to a Super Bowl off of that. Okay. Now, so all right. So prior to Detroit, they released an article talking about the 5 biggest needs that the Lions need in 2021. They're a new coach, a new GM, a new kicker, wide receivers, and they need to make use of their trade assets. But none of that was getting rid of Matthew Stafford. And Mike Patton from Pride of Detroit says that's because the only reason that any head coach will consider taking this job is because Matthew Stafford is here. Otherwise, no coach will want this damn job. And I thought that was very, very interesting. And seems like you don't agree with this, Luke. So we about to have some fun.
Oh yeah, we finna have some real fun. No, I don't agree with that because to me, you okay. Here's the thing. Okay, if you're coming in and you're being told you got to keep this guy, that's fine. I'm cool with that. I'm a Stafford fan. I'm cool with that, right? But I'm also cool with the fact of allowing him to set himself up for the future to come with being able to go out and get his replacement. I'm also cool with him deciding to say, you know what, Stafford is our best asset, and I can get draft picks for him. I want the capital. I'm cool with that. I don't want there to be a commitment to it and just say that it has to be Stafford. I'm going to build around Stafford. No, you have to be able to be prepared to be progressive and change it. And if you look at that dude's live question where he talked about if you get a head coach and you want to be offense or defense, to me, I don't care. I don't care if he's offense or defense. If he's going to coach, he's going to coach. But there's no rubrics or nothing that say that if you're an offensive minded coach, he's going to the Super Bowl, they're doing better than defensive minded coaches. That's not the case. The problem is you have to know how to coach, period. And that's where I just don't like the idea that of a guy coming in here and just looking at Stafford and saying, well, that's it. I'm keeping him, nothing else. No. Everybody is on the trading block.
I think it was from a perspective that he feels like if Stafford wasn't here and we just had, I don't know, David Blau, no coach maybe with any that could actually change this team would come to this team. And we've talked about that before. And when I look at guys like, and I know Terry Bradshaw isn't a coach, but when I look at guys like what Terry Bradshaw says about this team, I know that he's criticized Stafford a lot and he's praised him. I know that he thinks Stafford is a good enough quarterback to be able to win. And it's a lot of people that believe that in this league and you know, they feel like they can do something with it. He's saying that nobody would come if Stafford wasn't here, whether it's to trade him and move him or to keep him on this team. And I felt like if any head coach comes here, you should definitely be able to use that asset, whether you want to move him or you want to at least try and build around him for a year and get you a young quarterback. Because I think the best thing to do is draft as much defense as possible, draft a quarterback in round 2 or 3, and groom him because the defense is terrible. So whatever quarterback is replacing Stafford is going to be in the shit show. So instead of doing that, why don't you let them get groomed at least for a year at the least? You know what I'm saying? Look at Mahomes. Even Lamar came in mid-season, but those extra weeks help. You know what I'm saying? At least for a year so you can get this young guy ready if that's what he wants to do. But I thought it was just weird that he's like the one thing that we not worried about is Stafford because no coaches want to gonna come here if Stafford isn't here.
I mean, you got to keep in mind his attitude that he's using is the fact that if I don't have a quarterback, then what's the point? But my attitude to it is if that's what you need, then you ain't the right coach. I need somebody that's adaptive. I need somebody that's going to be progressive and understanding that I need to be able to switch it up on a moment's fly. Well, if you look at every time that I get ticked off, you know, Chase Daniel signing, why? Waste of money. They had David Blow. David Blow not good. Yeah, that's why they had to sign him to the active roster because the people was trying to take him. They were trying to snatch him up. They know what he is. He's not a complete finished product, but he's something that you can win with at least. And he showed it in last year, but the defense sucked. Like just flat out sucked. And so at the end of the day, I just look at it and I say, I need a coach. I don't care about anything else. I need somebody who can coach. And not only can they coach, I need somebody that can take what they have. Like if I give you a bunch of ingredients, you can look at it and tell me that that's lasagna or that's tacos tonight or that's gonna be right. That's gonna be chicken tartare. I need you to take what we got and make it work. And right now we don't have that type of leadership at all. Yeah, and that's where the problem come in at.
Another thing is, even if quarterback is a need on this team, that if somebody feels that way, look at this. We need a GM first. Need a coach first. Matt Prater is looking washed. I hate to say it. I don't know if I want a new kicker yet, though. He ain't looking good. But I feel like he's going with the flow of the team. You feel me? Like it's just like that type of bad energy. You know what I'm saying? And we definitely need a better wide receiving core when it comes to creating separation. We still have good wide receivers, but we got Cephas, and we just need another speedy guy. And I love Marvin Hall, but they're not invested in him. When you draft a guy, you're invested in them. So that's why we're going to have to draft a speedy guy or bring one in free agency. We have been solid at doing that. But
But
when I'm
we could have
looking
brought
at
in Ross. We could have brought in John Ross, who got released. We could have, or was up for trade or something. We could have brought him in to
oh
be
yeah,
our
he got
speedy guy.
released. I think just
We
bring
could have
in
brought
some,
him
like
in.
bring in somebody that you're gonna use and be invested in. That's kind of my point on that because I think Marvin Hall is a very solid like receiver. I really do. But we don't want to use like I don't know. Like it's these Patriot people got the clout on the team, these Danny Amendolas and these Deron Harmons, they got all the clout on the team.
Coming in
So,
starting for no reason.
right, like that's what it seemed like, that Glover Quinn, Tavon Wilson, game one starting. It just seems like that because they really don't make no sense as to why Marvin Hall isn't the like him, Marvin Jones, and Hockinson definitely should have been the focal point going into that game. And you use Hall once and he beat the guy. That lets you know that they can be exposed, but that's a whole another conversation. But shout out to the people in the chat. Make sure you guys drop your questions in the chat. We're gonna get to your questions in the chat. What'd you say?
No, I'm just saying support, rather than cut you off, I just go support. Let you know I'm with you on this. You know what I'm saying? One word right to it. But to me, we at a point where I can see the writing on the wall, people. Like I swear, if you go through right now, people, you know what? Homework assignment, folks. For those who went school, I'm sorry. For those who hated school, I apologize. For those who are out of school, salute to you. I know you happy, but homework assignment. I need 10 things that makes a team a dynasty. I want you to think hard about this because when you write down those 10 things, I guarantee you're going to see that no more than 1 or 2 apply to the Lions.
It's funny. I was talking to somebody today, and they were going at Stafford. They was like, "How can you support a guy who's losing?" And I asked them, "How are you a Lions fan?" Because we're the most losing team in sports. And when you bring up, they say, "Well, Russell Wilson and Aaron Rodgers and Tom Brady, they can carry a team, and Stafford can't." They're better than Matthew Stafford. It's not that many quarterbacks. It's like when you say that people can't. It's like they don't like that. That's one of the reasons why they are better. You see what I'm saying? And Tom Brady is the GOAT. But I told the guy, I was like, they're better, but they always have better coaching, a better defense, or a better offensive line. And that's always the truth. Russell Wilson hasn't had much, but having Pete Carroll, you can't tell me that's a disadvantage. And having the Legion of Boom to start your career and groom you is not a disadvantage.
Don't forget Marshawn Lynch.
Marshawn Lynch.
He did a lot. He did a lot of turning around and handing off.
Yeah, so we know how great Russell Wilson is. But look at Mahomes. I mean, look at them receivers. Like that's all I'm gonna say. So and Brady, I mean, he has worked with less offensively besides Gronk, but Bill Belichick has always had his back. I'm gonna just put it simply. He's always had his back, and that's what I just don't understand. That's why we get into the next question: is what quarterback right now on this team would be able to win with this team if there is one in the league? Because Lions fans seem to think that whether it's a Mahomes or it's a Rodgers or it's a Russell Wilson, like the 3 best quarterbacks in the league, but whether it's one of them or somebody else, Stafford isn't doing something that they somehow can magically do. So what do you think about this, man? I
mean, Stafford sucked in my opinion. My standards for him is high, and I'm not liking what I'm saying out of him. So I'm gonna be honest with that part. However, I don't think there is a quarterback who can win with this coaching staff. I don't. I think if bro, Aaron Rodgers went on Pat McAfee and said that there were certain coaches, he didn't name them, but everybody know who he is. There were certain coaches that if he didn't like the play they call, he changed it, and he changed it often, and would dare him to bench him. Would dare him. He even said that, I threw some balls away in protest of bad play calling. This is what Aaron Rodgers said. So my thing is this. If you bring an Aaron Rodgers here with this play calling, how many throwaway balls? How many throwaway balls you going to get? Like, bro, you bring Tom Brady here, a guy who's a statue in the back of there, you're going to have a problem. You decide, I'm going to bring Patrick Mahomes here. Go and look at Patrick Mahomes. Go and look at him. This guy has everything he needs to succeed. Seriously, he got 2 receivers who can completely take the top of a defense off. He's got a tight end who destroys short to medium routes. He now has a running back who makes the first person miss every freaking time. He has it all.
And don't forget about the genius play calling. So,
Bruh, I don't care who the quarterback is, unless you're telling me the quarterback is God himself. It ain't happening, bro. I'm sorry. It's not happening.
And the hammer is home. Let's go back to Patrick Mahomes. Who was there before? Alex Smith.
Yep.
Kansas City with Alex Smith was
11-5.
Right, they were successful. They won divisions and they did win a couple playoff games. They underachieved, but with a guy who isn't half as good as Mahomes, no offense to Alex, you were very solid. He ain't half as good. Andy Reid and his boys, without Tyreek Hill, was able to win divisions with this guy. That just lets you know something. Like, you replace him with Mahomes, now you can win a Super Bowl. But even without that, they still win in the division and they still win in playoff games. And that's just that team right there, specifically the Chiefs. But my thing is, I really don't, because I look at the quarterbacks flaws. Every quarterback has them. Aaron Rodgers, I'm gonna go through the list, man. Aaron Rodgers is the type of guy that if he starts getting hit and he starts to not trust his offensive line, he'll start to scramble too much to try to create plays, and that doesn't always work. Here, Aaron Rodgers will probably be running the ball like he Lamar Jackson, trying to create plays for us. And yeah, we'll get some touchdowns here and there. More interceptions will come. The defense will never back him up, and the offensive line won't protect him. I don't know. Like, Russell Wilson is taking a beating, so maybe he'll be able to be healthy. But Aaron Rodgers and Mahomes and Brady, they wouldn't be healthy. Like, you can't get me to believe they would be able to last. Like, listen, Russell can last because he's never missed a start.
J-Mo, pardon me, man. Definitely not need prayer. That boy said, I'm just waiting for one of our players to take that helmet off and do Matt Patricia like Myles Garrett did Mason. Bruh. Stop this noise. I'm in here I had to mute my thing to laugh. I said, bro, you want one to just walk up and just, but what's wrong with you? All this bad play calling. Man, that's crazy.
My thing is Sports Today about Aaron, and it's not like I said, it's not like these quarterbacks aren't better than Stafford, but they ain't perfect either. Aaron Rodgers is a baller, but he's not great when losing. Yeah, Aaron Rodgers it's some stat that he's about 1-41 when losing by a touchdown in the fourth quarter. Aaron Rodgers doesn't have a lot of fourth quarter comebacks. He's a front runner. I mean, he scores and he gets the lead, but when he don't got the lead, he literally can't win a football game.
Right.
Say whatever you want about him, but the stats are the stats. I won't say he can't win a football game. He literally can't win as many football games as some other quarterbacks. I'll put some respect on his name.
Right, but he's not finna be like super better.
With the Lions, all you gonna do is be behind, bro. You gonna stay behind. Why do you think Stafford has so many comebacks? It's a credit to him, but it's also because we always behind because he has the second worst defense of all time behind Dan Marino when it comes to giving up points. Defense giving up 26 points a game since day one. So when I look at that, I'm like, so you're not going to give Rodgers a running game or a line or a defense, and we just going to be better. We'll probably win more games, but we're not going to be anything. And it's the same thing with the rest of these quarterbacks. That's just the way I feel about it. Yeah, you feel about how you feel about Stafford. He definitely hasn't played as well as he has in the past. That's definitely facts. But regardless, man, of that, the team ain't changed. Like, and I've always said, we want to blame Stafford what's going on, and your GM took a winning coach and hired the worst coach, and just wasted him. Like, I don't care about Caldwell flaws. I'm just making something simple. He was winning. Okay, we got rid of him. It's time to move on. Cool. Now we're gonna give you the worst guy you ever had. How are you supposed to deal with that?
Man.
How are you supposed to deal with that? It makes
a complete 360, bro. Like it just don't make no sense.
Caldwell took us to heights he had never really been at, for lack of even though we weren't that successful, the bar is low. We know that. But he did.
Right.
Back to back winning seasons since like 1990 something. And then you're like, yeah, now.
I had a subscriber say this to me, man. A subscriber said, and when he said it, it didn't down on me. He said, Caldwell is no different than Tony Dungy. And I said, what? And he said, yeah, listen. He said, hear me out. He said he's no different than Tony Dungy. I said, okay. He said, and he's no different than Dennis Green. Okay. I said, man, where you going with this? He said, if you look at those, he even added Mike Singletary into this mix, right?
Mike Singletary.
Yes, bro. Just stay with me. Just stay with me. He said that he noticed that Mike Singletary had the 49ers heading in the right direction and built up that team, got that talent there. They fired him. Jim Harbaugh came in and took over a team that was ready to roll. He said, go to Dennis Green. Dennis Green had that team built to do a lot of great things. They fired him. Mike Tice got all the praise because they thought they having some success. And he was like, but Mike Tice wasn't the answer after that season. And he said, go to Tony Dungy. He said Tony Dungy leads the Buccaneers and Gruden takes over, win the Super Bowl with Tony Dungy's team, but then after that was hot garbage. And so he just kept going through and saying that these were coaches who was heading in the right direction, but they never got a chance to see their creation through. Somebody else did. And when he said it, I started thinking, I said, boy, that's deep. That's deep and it's terrible.
No, it is deep because I brought this up. Like, I don't know. Look, everyone knows, like, it's videos of me going in on Caldwell. You think I've been going in on Patricia. So it's known how I feel about this guy. But when I say this, I mean it. He never had a tight end like Hockinson. Like, oh my gosh. He never had running backs like Kerryon Johnson and Swift, and even to a lesser extent AP. Like, he ain't had these guys. Yeah, he had Calvin for a couple years, well, 1 year, couple years, and he had Golden Tate. He had Marvin Jones. That's cool, but his tight end couldn't catch the football, and all of his running backs were trash. Like, I'm not saying the guy's like the greatest thing ever, but I do think we would be much better football team if Caldwell could not have the 30-second rushing attack and had a tight end who caught the football. But yeah, man, that's what I was saying, man. Look,
let me shut this up, please.
But you got to be able to, when you win back-to-back seasons in a row, you got to be able to see that through somehow. At least have a losing season or something.
Let me shut this out. Sports Today answered my question of give me 10 things that a good dynasty franchise does. He says a great D-line, good coverage unit, a good quarterback, great coach, great O-line, good run game, lockdown cornerback, ball hawk safety, good tight end, big play receiver. Then gave me 11 and 12, great GM, great owner. Even if he gave me those 12, how many of those apply to the Lions? Like one. Like how many? How many? Listen, and then Crimson Shadow reminds us. Remember what Joey Harrison said? I wanted to change the play, but the team told me they would not let me because that's not how Bill Walsh would do it, and he think that's happening today. But let's go back really quick to that dude who gave me his 10. He says number 1, leadership, accountability, effort. Camaraderie, talent, passion, execution, resilience, scheme, and loyalty also will help not to be the Lions. How many of those apply to the Lions? That's all I'm trying to
Let's see. Well, you talking about Caldwell team, and you talking about
no. We talking about period. If you look at the Detroit Lions right now, how many of those apply to the Detroit Lions?
I would say loyalty, just because they were loyal to Caldwell. And
were they? They was loyal to Caldwell, firing him after he had a winning season.
I'm talking about the players.
Okay.
I'm talking about the players.
Okay.
Maybe like, even though these are more like attributes, but maybe camaraderie and loyalty and resilience, just because of the 4-quarter comebacks. Other than that, our talent was okay. I can't find that much else. We did. I don't see much. And this team don't got none of those qualities. That's why I said this team. I'm trying to. You see my words.
It's hard. It's hard.
Like, at least Caldwell team had a few of those qualities, but Matt Patricia's team. Oh no, even Jim Schwartz's teams had a few of those qualities. You feel me? But Matt Patricia's team.
10 things.
I don't know, man.
10 things.
That's what he did.
I mean, the fact that we can't name 10 things that makes it. You got to think. Whatever you say that makes a good dynasty, I should be able to see it across the dynasties. Pittsburgh has been a dynasty. New England has been a dynasty. The Dallas Cowboys in the 90s had a dynasty. Seattle would have been considered a dynasty had they not bumped up that last Super Bowl with not giving the ball to Marshawn Lynch to prove a point. But just saying, they were trending in the right direction. And then you keep going.
And 49ers?
The 49ers had a dynasty. Those teams have things in common that you can go through and look at. No ifs, ands, and buts about it. And the Lions aren't even close to putting that together.
And, somebody brought up the Steelers to me today, and I was like, dog, look at their organization. Like, what are we? It's night and day. Not only do they always have talent on both sides of the ball, they always got talent. They loaded on both sides always somehow. They don't fire coaches.
J-Mo, I'm finna make you mad, J-Mo. I'm finna make you mad. I got a friend who works for the Pittsburgh Steelers, right?
Yeah.
He blew my mind at what he told me. This is what he said. He said that Art Rooney and his family are so anal about family. They so anal about family that certain holidays that they're not even in the training facility, they still get paid. Right? So, wow. go through and look at some of them holidays when it's not the season. Right? They still get paid, right?
Wait, you mean in the off season?
In the off season. He sent them. Every person every person who works for the Steelers, when they win a Super Bowl, everybody who works for him gets a ring. He pays the extra money. His family paid the extra money. RIP to Art Rooney. They pay the extra money so everybody gets a ring, right? When it is an employee's birthday, they get a bonus check and they get the day off paid.
Yeah, man. And we had Darius Slay was on my man Speak Easy channel. Shout out to Speak Easy. Make sure you guys subscribe.
Yes, sir.
And Darius Slay was asked right. And Darius Slay was asked about the difference in organizations. And although this is a little bit different than what you're talking about, it's kind of the same base. He talked about how like any of the legendary players from the team, they're always around, and how he said the owners are like always there, like at practice, they'll just show up. They're always invested and involved in everything. And people think the owners is a small thing, but it's really not. Say whatever you want about Robert Kraft, but I swear Robert Kraft has been at everything Patriots related in history. Like he's there every practice, every game, he's there. And when you look at our team, they don't do none of that. And just hearing Slay talk about the Eagles, who just recently won a Super Bowl, and how much better run it is, you could tell that he felt like he was in a better atmosphere, and that you could tell. So it just comes down to these better organizations are just ran different.
And listen, look at it like this: Ryan Shazier gets hurt, right? Horrible injury. They kept him on there, so his insurance would cover everything. He was literally injury reserve every year. We don't care. He's on our team, so he keeps his insurance. Then he starts walking again. They make him a coach, bro. Bro, wait a minute.
Hey, man, it's Steelers first class, man. They first
wait
class.
Wait a minute,
bro.
You get a man a job? Listen, bro. This team, listen. He has told me. He say, I'm treated so well working for the Pittsburgh, and he's one of like the people that do the equipment. He said he is treated so well that he will literally come in and work days for free and don't care if he's working over or not, because he was like, bro, they take care of you. They take care of you. He was like, man, the food we eat is top of the line. It's premium. Like you don't see this, and this is my point that I'm trying to make with people. The Steelers, their culture is embedded in every fiber of the team, from the facility on down.
And you got to look at the way they handle problems too. Look at the Antonio Brown and Le'Veon Bell situation. They kept that under wraps for as long as possible and handled it in such a way to where now they look good. But it's a question I got. Yeah, I'm very jealous of the Steelers. You said you was gonna upset me. I'm very upset. Dang,
I told you
they treat people like humans. Wow.
Bruh. He was telling me stuff, bro, and I'm sitting there. He telling me this, and I'm like, hello, and I'm like, are you serious right now? like you getting paid when you ain't working? He said, bro, He said, man, he said, bro, this family take care of us. You hear me? He literally says, like if you have like a major event, the Rooneys, if you have a major event, if you work for the Rooneys, your kids could be going to the prom, bro. They are going to help with stuff like, hey, you need to send you a limousine. Like, this is what they doing. So,
you know, it's funny about stuff like that.
No, it's still.
You know what's funny about stuff like that though is you reap what you sow, and a little bit like they're so good to their people and look at their organization because of it. So that's why people go the extra mile for that team. And I understand the pride in those players. Like I've never heard anybody say anything bad about the Steelers, really. Players. Yes. Like ever.
And they usually when they do say something, they usually are critical of the coach. You notice that, right? They are critical of the coach. That's their problem. They try to go at the organization, but when it's all said and done, they try to go back and get back in it because they know what kind of thing. No, Mrs. Stupid. That boy said the Lions giving you a cold hot dog. I can't.
Hey, no, for real. The Lions they ain't giving you nothing. Cold hot dog and some butter made, bro. Like they just a couple years ago they just renovated like the stuff in there. So it's just, but I like this question. If we kept Jim Caldwell, do you think we would have had a winning season the last 2.5 years? Playoff record? Yes. I think even if we was 8-8 at worst, I don't think we would have had any losing seasons. I'm serious.
Yes. Yeah.
I think we might have made the playoffs one year.
The only reason I wanted him gone was because I wanted somebody to take us over the hump to get us. I'm like, he had brought us as far as I felt that he could take us.
Yeah, that's what I kept winning 8-9 games. Easily.
Right, but we would Like I said, his worst season was 7-9. Like he came in and took over a team. I believe at the time was like 6-10.
It might be 5-11.
Was it 5-11? Okay, yeah. And then the first season he go 11-5.
Yeah.
And that's just simply beating the teams you should beat.
Like, see, my thing about Caldwell is he went 11-5, and people was like, "Well, that was Schwartz's team, all right." Then he lost Schwartz's team; it crumbled in the next year, and then what happened after that? Back-to-back winning seasons and playoffs. So once he got his own stuff, he was able to do something with it.
I'm gonna need Norman to stop. Don't you put Norman's stuff on the screen? We need that job. That man, Norman, stop. That man said the sink still don't work right. No, no, don't do that. We should be an outdoor team. I've thought about that for the longest, and I'm gonna be honest with you.
But why? We in the cold.
Yeah, but that's a huge advantage that other teams embrace.
No, that's true.
But my problem is if we do become an outside team and we're losing, that stadium gonna lose a lot of money. I think what we should have did was we should have changed our roof so where we can like open it up, similar to what a lot of the teams have done, where they can open the roof up and stuff like that. So I think we should have did that. But yeah, you're right. Outdoor team could give us an advantage if we were playing for something in those times. So. Again, make sure y'all get y'all questions in.
He says first round we need Michael Parsons or Gregory Rousseau, and then the second round Roundale Moore is there. Would you guys be mad if we take him? Only person I know is Michael Parsons. To be honest with you,
I'm gonna tell you why I would be upset because I believe the Lions are going to be picking in the top 10 again, if not the top 5. So if you're taking a linebacker in the top 10, the top 5. We got a problem. Not this year. No. Yeah.
I don't know, man.
Okay, stay with me. I'm going to tell you.
No, I'll just say this. I'll let you go. I feel like we have to take the best front 7 player available because that's where we're hurting the most.
Okay, but stay with me. With this draft, with these quarterbacks, if you're in the top 5, you have to take a quarterback.
Oh, yeah. I'm not going to.
If you're in the top 10,
I'm not gonna be upset about the QB if we top 5. Like,
no, I'm just saying. But if you're in the top 10, you still got to take a quarterback.
I don't know.
Now, yes. If when was Patrick Mahomes taken? Top 10, right?
Yeah, but it's not like you can't get a quarterback in the second round or the third round.
True. But this is why it's important to hire the right head coach. If you're taking a linebacker first, well, let me take it back. Let me reverse it. If the head coach is Robert Saleh and he takes a linebacker, I'm pissed. If the head coach is Jim Harbaugh and he take a linebacker, I'm pissed. If the head coach is David Shaw and he take a linebacker, I'm fine. I'm cool. He has a plan. He can find a linebacker in the later rounds. He can find talent in other drafts. But depending on who the head coach is, if you're picking in the top 5 to 10, you have to take a quarterback. This is the reason why I didn't want the quarterback this year, because taking Tua, a guy who had a serious injury, that's terrifying. And then Herbert, a guy who is, he's playing good now, but he's got some consistency issues. I want my guy to be able to get his quarterback. And if you're telling me they're sitting up there with Wilson and Fields and Lawrence, and this year's quarterback class is going to have some talent, and you can get the pick of the litter if you just stay at your position in the top 5 to 10. But if for some reason they take a linebacker,
as it is, I do think we'll find ourselves outside the top 10, and we'll probably lose the quarterback that we want.
Well, I think if we go,
Justin Fields get taken right before we up. But because
we got 3 games? We got 3 games won right now, right?
Yeah.
How many more games you see us winning?
I still think we can win at least 7 or 8 games.
What?
Yeah.
Are you smoking weed or oregano? Which one? Tell me. I'm listening.
Hey man, I just feel like I ain't lost hope. I still feel like we can win football games.
Oh, okay. Okay. Listen, I ain't killing you.
Who is that?
Who's who? King?
Is that the dude that played for Miami?
I'm trying to think. It's either Miami or
Miami.
Yeah, okay. Obviously, I say it's either Miami or Florida. I'm trying to their colors.
I'm gonna have to look at him.
And my problem with him is this. Just me. My problem with him is this. Like, he runs too much. Y'all don't understand how much the little things irritate me, and those little things do bother me. My quarterback, I don't care how he runs. I don't care how big his arm is. What's between the ears is all I care about. I love the fact that Aaron Rodgers basically tells the head coach, "F you, your play call is stupid. I'm changing it." I love that. I wish Stafford would do it. I love the fact that Aaron Rodgers in protest would throw the ball away on purpose just to let y'all know I don't like your play calling. I wish Stafford would do it.
No, that's true. I embrace it. Like, keep doing it, Stafford. Let them know.
Devin, who would you want?
We'll be behind them.
Luke Wilson or Trey Lance? I would want Luke Wilson. I feel like Luke Wilson reminds me of a more raw version of Josh Allen. Trey Lance to me looked like he could be a good quarterback in the league, but it depends on who his coach is. Now, if you telling me we keeping Matt Patricia for some strange reason, okay, and you ask me who I want between Wilson or Lance, I'm probably gonna tell you I don't know, because I'm probably not gonna be reporting to y'all about the Lions. I refuse to support stupid. I can support bad teams. I can't support stupid.
Hey man, it's getting harder every week to support this team as long as Patricia is the coach. But hopefully we get rid of this guy before it gets too late. I just wish we would have fired him after the Bears game. We'd probably be doing good right now. But it is what it is. He said Kyler Murray will cut somebody. All right, guys, we're going to wrap up the show. Make sure you guys drop some more questions in the chat. We'll answer a few more of your questions, and then we just going to get out of here. Now, I'm taking Trey Lance over.
Have you seen Zach Wilson?
Yeah, but I still like Trey Lance.
Bruh, listen. Okay, J-Mo, you know I love you. Go and look at JT O'Sullivan. Hey, shout out to him in the QB school. Go and look at his film study of Luke Wilson and Trey Lance. I promise you it's going to change you a little bit. I promise you. Because before I even watched this video, I had already started watching it because people was telling me, like, what about this person? And I was just looking at every snap. And I was like, I like Lance. Don't get me wrong. I like him. But
Steve says Trey Lance is a project. I don't mind getting a project quarterback though. Like, I really like Joe Milton. I just feel like his coaching is terrible. I feel like you can groom him up after a couple years in college. You can groom him up because with that arm and the ability to playmate, and like he's so good at throwing on the run, you have to develop quarterbacks. Not everybody comes out like
true.
Andrew Luck or Stafford or Patrick Mahomes or how Trevor Lawrence is about to come out. Like most quarterbacks have to be developed. So I don't mind getting a player that we develop.
Yeah, Wilson and Lance have the biggest boom bust for me. Like I feel like to me, I feel like Wilson has like I said, he's like Josh Allen meets like Ben Roethlisberger because he don't have a problem taking on the tackler, which I hate when quarterbacks do that. But I guess for me, it's still some flaws in his game, so you still got to have some development. But Trey Lance to me somewhat scares me because I've seen him drop some deep bombs on a dime. Like Trey has done some stuff. I've seen him run through tackles, beautiful stuff. It's when he can't run and the receiver is not so open that I start to say, Wilson. I have seen him do some stuff, and I'm like, how? Like, how did you get that in there? Who in the hell is that receiver? Like, that's how it looks. Like, it looks like even when they're in coverage, it looks like his passes are like just pitch and catch. Never seen anything like it. So, but I would be okay.
I mean, like, his team is winning, so he must be doing something right.
Yeah, see. Luke G, halfback Kyler Trask.
Kyler Trask.
You got to tell me school, y'all.
Kyle Trask. I know who that is. That's a quarterback.
Yeah, you got to tell me the school. I remember him by their school.
I don't like Kyle Trask. I mean, my fault. I'm thinking of somebody else. I like Kyle Trask. My fault. I'm thinking of somebody else. No, I really
Florida.
I like him. No, I like him.
Yeah, but we don't need a running back though.
I do think no. He's a quarterback.
Is he?
I thought he was talking about something. Yeah.
Why do I feel like Kyle
he's Florida's quarterback, the quarterback that they have. I was gonna say that
let me go back and look at this. Maybe I'm thinking of the wrong person.
I do think that monster tight end helps him out a lot. But no, I really like him. So he's a good QB. So I think, but another guy that you're gonna have to develop to me, to me, Trevor Lawrence is the only one that I think can hit the ground running. But if he goes to the Jets, how much ground is he gonna be running on? He probably be running away.
I'm trying to see if Trask is an underclassman or not. I don't think he come out this year.
He's 22 years old. I mean, he's played in 2 bowl games, so he might be in his 3rd year. Let me go check. But they have been talking about him a lot though. But like, he definitely had to develop though. He still has to develop.
Yeah. I mean, it looked like he can come out. So it looked like
Yeah. Yeah. So yeah, he'll probably come out.
Austin Nicholas says, "Yo, Luke G, now do you see what I was saying about Stafford? He's a loser." No, I don't. Because I can ask you this question. I can ask you this question. What's worse, right? Like, Austin, tell me this and be honest. What's worse, Stafford or Matt Patricia? Answer that question and answer it honestly. Now, I'm not telling you Stafford out here killing it this season. You would not hear me say that. That is a lie. But what is worse? Stafford or Matt Patricia? Okay, so you believe Stafford. He believes Stafford's worse. Then
you tripping.
No. Listen, it's fine. He believes Stafford is worse, so that means that you be fine with us keeping Matt Patricia another season, right? Like if you think he's worse, you will be fine with us keeping Matt Patricia another season. So if you say no to that question, then I know you're just saying Stafford to be lying. So Austin, answer that question for me.
Can be worse than a guy who has 10 wins in 3 seasons? He's literally he has the worst record of any of the coaches that Stafford has had. I just know that that's just bias, right?
No. Listen. We're gonna find out. We're gonna find out if it's bias or not. We're
No,
gonna
look,
find
he
out if
about
it's
to get
bias.
this quote. Nope, he about to get.
All he got. Listen.
How
All he got to answer that
Stafford
question.
No, let him answer it. How Stafford worse than a coach that for the first time in NFL history, he's blown the most leads in NFL history. What are we talking about? Come on, y'all. Y'all just be talking.
I'm just saying.
Talking. The man is blowing the most double-digit leads in NFL history, bro. What are we talking about? Y'all just be talking just to be talking.
So he says, if we can draft a new quarterback, whenever we have to get rid of Stafford.
You want a new quarterback with Matt Patricia? Oh boy, you just trying to ruin that young man. You trying to ruin that young man's life. Come on, man! Like a new quarterback with Matt Patricia?
Listen, bro. Listen.
He would rather keep Matt Patricia. Are you serious?
Listen, I'm trying to tell you right now. But I'm just telling you, if I take what he say, then I pray. I'm just being honest with you. It's people like Austin, who I love, who say that. I pray that he gets what he wants, because I promise you, when he gets it, he's going to be upset. He's going to be upset. Now, his question to me is,
you want Stafford to stay with a new coach? Because I'll tell you why. It's simple. Because you went from an okay coach in Caldwell, and then you gave him a terrible coach. So I want him to get with a coach that's good. Like, simple as that.
And Stafford allows for you to bridge the young guy in instead of tossing him into the fire. If you look at every time we took a quarterback high, Joey Harrington was tossed into the fire with no real supporting cast around him. If you look at this roster, you telling me that if you bring in any other quarterback in here with this coaching staff, the coaching staff who has won 2 games in 3 seasons in this division, the coaching staff who literally goes out, bully a trash Jags team who literally fire sale the entire squad, had a number of injuries. You beat them. You get lucky against the Falcons. You telling me that the coaching is, I guess it's Stafford's fault when the defense got 10 players on the field. I guess that's his fault. I guess it's Stafford's fault when your defense has been steadily getting worse and worse and worse every season. If you believe that, I pray you get what you asked for. I want you to get everything you want. And when it don't go the way that you thought it was going to go, I don't want to hear he needs more time. I'm not buying that. Your answer is all this goes away with one simple thing: a new quarterback.
Man. Yeah, I'm going to disagree with all of that. I pray that don't happen, because that would mean we keep Matt Patricia. I know Luke wants to be right and laugh at you later, but I'd rather laugh at Matt Patricia walking out the door. That's just how I feel about it. Please say it. Like, you see what I said. Matt Patricia 2-15 in the division. Like, what are we talking about?
Broken Lion says Matt Patricia has a great scheme now. You really tripping?
Yeah, we not gonna do that today. I can't hey, bro. Yeah, come on. We just not gonna do it, man. Because every new player from his scheme looks worse now. Because Jamie Collins looked like a Pro Bowler with the Patriots. What happened when he came over here? Danny Shelton was solid, but even he looked worse here. Everybody looked worse here. I don't want to hear that, man. But all right, I'll answer a couple more questions and we'll wrap up the show.
Hold on, let me answer this question. He said, "Is it his fault when he throws picks in crucial moments?" I pray too, because the team isn't going to be good for at least 3 years anyway. I didn't say it's good. It goes away with one thing. Okay. Yes, it is the head coach's fault when Stafford throws those interceptions. Let me tell you why. Because you should have been running the ball. Who in the hell calls a stretch play on the goal line with Adrian Peterson on your team? Like, that's like having refrigerated Perry on the goal line and decided, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to call a play off the backfield. You don't do these types of things. And I'm just showing you that the play calling has been horrible. So, yes, if you're telling me this, I'm seeing situations where I'm saying, Stafford, I'm telling you, I've told you already that I think Stafford has been bad this year. Like I've told you that. I'm not sugarcoating it. He has not played well. But it boils down to what's worse. And if you're telling me that Stafford is worse than what Matt Patricia is doing, then I pray you get what you asked for in terms of getting the new quarterback. And because listen, J-Mo, you already know I don't have a problem waiting for a person to see that they wrong. I don't have a problem for it. You know,
Hey man, I'm waiting for it, man. When Stafford is going and we suck and he winning, I'm going. Lions fans probably gonna hate me. Like, not probably, y'all will hate me because I'm never gonna let y'all live it down. So
right? I mean, it doesn't make sense.
Send my man to the Steelers, please. Send my man to the Steelers. I've been begging for it for a while. Big Ben, you getting old. Send my man and Jared Davis to the Steelers.
Listen. Carnell Gerald says, like calling a pass when you have Marshawn Lynch in the backfield. Taking a step further. I'm just saying, taking a step further. Now, Austin says, so what you saying is the coaches threw the picks and fumbles, not Stafford. Come on, bro. I'm not putting that on a Patricia. He ain't got nothing to do with Stafford being bad. You do when you're refusing to run the ball. Why does Stafford got to be the one to carry the team? Take the game out of the quarterback hands. They're not asking Patrick Mahomes to carry the team. They're not asking him to do that. When you take the game out of their hands, it happens better. Go and look at the Green Bay Packers. Everybody talk about how great Aaron Rodgers is. He got better when they gave him a run game. This is the reality of it. You don't need the quarterback to do all these things. Take the game out of his hand. If there's one or two games where you're saying, hey, we need you to be the one, fine. I'm cool with that. But I'm telling you, you go through and you look at those interceptions, yes, they were horrible interceptions. But J-Mo will tell you, when that game was going on, I posted in the chat, well, we're officially one-dimensional, and they're going to just throw, and watch me get a turnover. You know why? Because the defense of those teams know that you have to pass, so they just pass rush the rest of the game. That's it.
And my thing is, like, yeah, sometimes you need Stafford to do things. Like Atlanta, we needed him for that, but that's not something that's going to be consistent. Like, when a quarterback has to have 8 comebacks in the season, do y'all realize, like, why does he have to do that? Like, it just makes no sense. Like, Atlanta is a game where Stafford, we needed you to do something, so he went out and did it. But he needed y'all the next 2 weeks. And he definitely made mistakes. Like, his interceptions are bad. Like, ain't nobody excusing that. But at the end of the day, I'm tired of my quarterback having to play perfect or damn near in order to win a football game. Like, Stafford cannot have a bad game and we win a football game. And I don't think a lot of fans realize how bad that is. Y'all know me. I'm the biggest Lamar Jackson fan in the world. He's my second favorite quarterback in the league. But sometimes he's had some bad games. And the Ravens blow teams out. Like, he was okay on Sunday. He had 174 yards. And y'all know I'm not going in on Lamar. I'm making a damn point. He had 174 yards. His team shut down the Colts. He didn't do much. He ran the football like he always does, but he was just chilling. But his team won the game. And that's just my point. Imagine Stafford winning the game throwing 175 yards.
It had never happened. It had never happened. If you go through and look at all the Matthew Stafford wins, I swear to God, I guarantee you he got well over 280 yards. I guarantee it. Go and look at every one of his wins. If you can find one of his wins where he played the full game and it was less, he only threw for like 100 and some yards, I would be shocked. Austin says, yes, they do. Without Mahomes, they aren't anything. It's the quarterback. They won 11 games with freaking Alex Smith.
I was about to say, I could put about 8 quarterbacks there. Drew Brees, Aaron Rodgers, Russell Wilson for starters.
Are you serious?
Tom Brady.
Wally Wave, man. Wally Wave, shout out to you. He says, Luke, I see your vision of putting Okuda at safety. I'm telling you. Put him
all right. We going to end the show on that. Y'all tripping.
Listen. All I'm saying is this. Okuda as safety would be a Hall of Famer. I swear to God. Okuda, listen, the way he tackled.
Man, it seems like you just trying to find a safety no matter what, bro. You just like,
bro. Listen, I'm not. I just happen to notice that Okuda can't cover inside routes. And if you got top end speed, Okuda gives you the world's greatest cushion, and he can come up and make the tackle. But guess what? At that point, that's bro. Listen, okay. Don't worry about it. Listen, I have no problem giving you time to come around to it. By year 3, you're going to be saying, put this man at safety. And if we get a legitimate head coach, If we get a legit, I swear to God, if Jim Harbaugh come here as a head coach, I guarantee you he'll put Okuda at safety. I promise you. I'm telling you, it will change everything.
Bro, if we draft the corner number 3 overall, we put him as safety. You don't know what I would do to the Lions. So, that man is gonna play corner if off the fact that he was drafted to play corner. I don't care. You playing corner until you ain't in the NFL, bro. Like, stop playing with me. And I think he's not perfect, but he's like, put it like this. I haven't seen a lot of year one corners for us that was better than him year one. And he's still having his ups and downs. So I'm willing to definitely give it a lot of time, man.
I'm just listen. I'll give you to his third season. I watch when you jump on board. I'm gonna go, J-Mo. You're gonna say I don't want to hear it. I'm like J-Mo.
All right, because I don't want to hear it. Like, because I don't know.
Listen.
But all right. Look,
Charles Woodson. I think he was a great corner, but at safety he was even better.
Yeah, but he was a great corner though, wasn't he?
He was, but this is the point I'm trying to make. Okuda ain't got no kind of athletic ability like Charles Woodson.
Facts.
Like,
we ain't comparing him to that guy, but I'm just saying. All right, look, we gonna wrap up the show, y'all. It's been a fun show, man. Shout out to everybody. You got 29 people in the chat. Make sure you guys like the video if you haven't already. Like I said, check out the video I did with my boy Nomis J. He just laying down the law and letting y'all know why the Lions suck. You definitely gonna want to check that out. Shout out to all of my DSA members. Everybody is busy and handling things. All prayers out to you guys. But make sure you guys subscribe. All their channels are in the description below. The last Roundtable was on Real Detroit Lions Fans channel. My boy Jim Lyons on the Prowl got a video with Jeremy Reisman that he just dropped. I'm sure you guys definitely need to see that. Shout out to everybody in the chat. Seems like no matter how bad this team is, all we got is each other at this point. Because it's been that way. But hopefully, just like the Cubs, we can finally get that chip. But it won't be with Matt Patricia. That's for sure, man.
For sure.
That's for sure. But hey, man, Sheila don't trust me. Sheila ain't playing. You know, whether she fires him mid-season or end of season, he ain't lasting the season. And I definitely feel that way, man. But all right, man. Luke, what's your final thoughts, bro?
Hey, first of all, shout out to Ramon the New Age who said, "Damn, J-Mo, you say he can't switch to safety until the year 10."
Yeah, bro. What you mean? No, you better not be on the Lions no more.
Listen, people, it's always fun. Again, I want to shout out my DSA family, man. I know everybody is living life and stuff, so we letting y'all know we still thinking about y'all and thoughts. And to the people that's here, man, thanks for showing up and having fun with us while we have some fun talking. I'm pretty sure you heard some crazy things here today and not so crazy things here. Shout out to all the people who came in, including you, Austin. I love the conversation with you. I would love to do a one-on-one with you so we can just talk some football. So please hit me up on Twitter or Instagram or Discord. And so we can get this thing set up, man, and have some fun and talk some football. My positive quote today comes from a very unlikely source today, and that's my mother. My mom has a tendency to say things at times that she don't realize is profound, but it always seems to catch me off guard. And yesterday, I was a little bit down, wasn't feeling too well, and she hit me with something that threw me off. And what she said to me was, "Son, if today you don't feel well and tomorrow you still feel like you can't get up and move," she said, "remember to hear your heartbeat and breathe." And so ever since she told me that, I've just been telling everybody else the same thing. I've been telling people, take a moment to breathe, hear your heartbeat. Take some time out to hear your heartbeat, because I think we take for granted the fact that we are alive. Just take a moment to listen to your heartbeat, people. You will find that whatever is happening will never be as bad or be as beautiful as knowing that you're here and you're still breathing. With that being said, ladies and gentlemen, please make sure that you hit that like and subscribe button, man. Make sure you keep up with my man 313 J-Mo on that notification bell. And as always, don't be no chump. Please do your research.
Lions, pay Kenny Galladay, Sheila's. I'm praying, save us. We out.